So lesson 13, we have a 3-stroke rough paradiddle diddle. I didn't make these names up, I promise. So, we have a drag or a rough at the beginning, okay? And what I explained before is a rough or drag is basically 2 double taps, okay? So it's a double stroke tap, right? Makes sense? If you can't get that, if you're a beginner, you can't get that, you can just buzz it. Kind of just press down the snare drum and then follow with the accented hand. But that's for a whole nother lesson. Okay, so without the drag, you have right, left, right, left, left. And then you have the alternation. Left, right, left, right. So let's add those drags or the roughs. Right, left, left. Then the left hand. Left, right. So all together you have this. Right. Okay? Now, we come to one of the most difficult rudiments, and the reason why I say that is because it's not a natural rudiment, meaning it's always going to feel uncomfortable unless you have really worked your fingers. Okay, now, I've had trouble with this when I was young. My students have trouble with it, and you just got to slow it down. So I'm going to do my best to explain this particular rudiment. Okay, we have a 4-stroke rough paradiddle diddle. Now, instead of a double tap, what we have is preceding the first note, right? We have 3 taps before the accented note, and the sticking is left, right, left. So before you even come into the accented note, you have to get those 3 little taps in there, and so this is what you have. Okay, it's fast. Okay, I would treat it as a slow 16th note triplet. Okay, so I'm going to do this without the rough. Okay. And then we're going to slowly add the rough in. It's one of the most difficult rudiments to explain on video, but here it is nonetheless. Without the rough, you have right, left, left, and then the alternate sticking. Left, left, right. Now, one of the ways I get my students to do this is I drastically slow down this rudiment pattern, okay? So this is what it would sound like when you add those 3 little taps beforehand, okay? You're going to add those taps before each alternation, okay? Alright, so here we go. Right, left, left, right. Again, I'm going to do this even slower. Right, left, So the first rough, you have left, right, left, okay? And then on the other alternation, you have a right, left, right, okay? I would treat it as a 16th note triplet at first, just to get comfortable with it. At first, if you're not used to this, don't play it as a straight up rhythm, just get the sticking down. And that is the best way I can describe this, especially if you're learning it for the first time. Unless you have that particular technique and dexterity and feel, great. But if you don't, you need to slow that down. Okay? So, it takes a lot of finesse to do that particular rudiment. And I still have trouble with that. Because it's not like I sit around going, right? I mean, these are not even part of the 40 rudiments which came after Alan Dawson. And that's what we're working out of, is Alan Dawson's particular rudiments. And, you know, these are just rudiments he put together, so they're sort of hybrid, okay? But I would go back and learn the 40 rudiments and then go learn these, okay? Because these are a little bit more advanced. Okay, so that's it for this particular lesson. Stay tuned for the next one. Talk to you next time.